Not yet.
Thank you. We also have an MOU on oil and gas cooperation, which provides a framework for cooperation in oil and gas, covering information sharing.
My dear brother, Your Excellency João Manuel Lorenzo, President of the Republic of Angola, on behalf of the people of Kenya, government of Kenya, and on my own behalf, let me welcome you to Nairobi, welcome you to Kenya. Thank you, Mr. President, for honoring our invitation for you to come to Kenya, being the first ever visit by a head of state from Angola to Kenya. Mr. President, you have corrected a great anomaly in our bilateral relations. We have a great history between Kenya and Angola. Our first president, President Jomo Kenyatta, was an intermediary between the three groups of leaders that eventually saw the independence of Angola in 1975. And we owe it to the people of Angola and the people of Kenya to build these relations because we share the independence history together. And what you're doing for the people of Angola was confirmed when the people of Angola voted for you overwhelmingly. And Mr. President, I look forward to working with you.
Eu gostaria de começar por agradecer em meu nome próprio e no nome da delegação que me acompanha a hospitalidade que viemos sentindo aqui em Nairobi desde as primeiras horas de ontem.
Republic of Angola, honorable members of your delegation, ministers to this very important occasion, Mr. President, let me thank you in the history of our two countries. Your Excellency, history of engagement as Kenya was involved by a president of Angola is very well appreciated by the people of Kenya, and it marks the extensive collaboration and bilateral bond of friendship in our continent. This state visit, Mr. President, precedes the national celebrations yesterday in Kericho. We reaffirm our commitment, Mr. President, service in transport and communication, and in all the other sectors that has seen us today cement to run the affairs of their governments, election, and you can count on Kenya as a partner, their destiny, their progress, their development, and their government. That the situation in DRC needs to be brought under control. We share common positions there under the Nairobi process to work out a mechanism. We have discussed to expedite and conclude numbers which have improved significantly over the last 4 years. Integration, movement of people, movement of goods, trade now need no visa to come to Kenya.
Esta visita de Estado, a primeira de chefe de Estado angolano.
Are aware that Kenya is very strong in tourism, and contrary to Angola, that due to well-known reasons that have to do with the fact that our country had lived a long period of armed conflict, our tourism sector is not developed yet, but our country has great potential to becoming also an important tourism destination. Therefore, we are working in order to make that possible. But that will only be possible if we are humble enough to recognize that we are lacking in knowledge and experience, and we need to seek that knowledge and experience from those countries that are our friends, and we don't need to go very far in order to learn that experience within our continent. We have such knowledge to a handful of friends in Kenya, Namibia, Botswana, South Africa, and other African sister countries with whom we would like to work so that we can find that we are lacking so that we can kickstart our tourist industry. Angola possesses more or less the same wildlife that is found in Kenya. We have also a lot of water courses, and as a consequence of that, attraction for tourists might be bigger. I must say, in all parks and natural reserves that we have, but at least in some of them, the interest is huge. But it's not only about interest. There has to be at least the minimum conditions so that we can attract tourism to our country. So we count a lot on Kenya to help us develop our tourism. We know that Kenya does not have and does not need to fear competition in as much as we are in very different stages. We are at the start, and Kenya is always far away. So, a student will need centuries to reach the level of its master. So, Kenya, rest assured, because it will help us develop our tourism sector.